Hello, my friends, and welcome to a Sunday afternoon in Sydney, Australia. Today, I wanted to go over with you something that some people in the comments of one of my previous videos have asked for, which is how to inject the KwikPens of Mounjaro. So I know that the Americans are just having these released. In the UK and in Australia, we've had these out for about a year now. And there are two things I want to show you today. Number one is, well, three things really. Number one, what the KwikPen looks like, how it's used, then how I use it. And what I actually do is I get, in a similar way that I did with the vials, I get the 15 milligram vial and I break it down into multiple doses of the KwikPen so that I get extra economy out of it. So I'm still taking the same amount of medicine, and I'm getting extra shots as I go. And the next thing is how to actually use up the rest of the medicine that's left in the pen, because Mounjaro's done, or Eli Lilli's done, a sneaky thing, and they have made it so that the pen that clicks, it clicks like, if anybody's ever been on Ozempic, it clicks like an Ozempic pen. And what it does is they've made it so that it will only click so many times. So after a while, it cuts out. And then you've got all this medicine left in the pen. So I use a syringe, just like the syringes that needle and syringe, just like the insulin needles that I used when I was using the vials, to get the last doses out of the pen. But I thought I'd show you the pen first of all. So this is a 15 milligram pen. And just like the, I hope you can see that, just like the vials, this is an orange, which denotes 15 milligrams. They're different colors depending on the different doses. I've already used this pen multiple times. The pens actually come with 4 doses. So there are 4 15 milligram doses in here, which means that there's 60 milligrams altogether. So you can see, if you look here, that I've used up quite a few of the doses here. I'm just about up to the last 15 milligram dose. And basically what you do with them, if you want to use it just as a normal pen, so this is what most of you will be using it for when you first get the pens, when you get the 2.5 or the 5 milligram pens, what you do is you take a little needle cap. Now in Australia, Mounjaro does not come, the box, when you pay your money for it, which is not subsidized by anybody, insurance or anybody else, so we pay full whack. We only get the pen. We do not get the little needle tips. The needle tips are the exact same needle tips that are used by Saxenda and Ozempic, and I guess Wegovy as well. And I actually get these just from the chemist. I can get them. So what you do is you put this onto the pen here. You screw it in. You dial up your dose, and you then inject it into yourself. You've all seen my previous videos where I showed you how to inject. Now, what I'm going to do, because I'm reaching the end and I may not have enough clicks left to get me through, is I'm actually going to take the medicine out of the little pen here with the syringe. I can take out as much or as little as I like, and then I can inject that into myself. So that's how I make it work. I might just sit back down. Sorry, baby. My cat's just coming in for a cuddle. I'm sorry, little one. Okay, so with the pen, just like the Ozempic pen, it has a mechanism where you turn it and it clicks. So if you have the 2.5 or the 5 or whatever milligram pen, and you just want to use it as instructed, you just turn the pen here. And if you can hear, actually I've got the microphone on, so you should be able to hear the clicks. So you can hear the clicks. And there are 60 clicks to get one dose out of this. So for the 15 milligram dose, 60 clicks would get me 15 milligrams. Now, I am taking in between, I should say, I've lost 37 kilos. I've now been on maintenance for 2 years. And so I monkey around with my dose a little bit. I go between 5 and 7.5, depending on how hungry I felt the previous week. Sometimes I feel like I need a little bit extra, so I'll go 6 or 6.5 milligrams rather than the 5 milligrams. Yes, darling. But most of the time, I just will do the 5 milligrams. But I have the beauty of being able to monkey around with the dose because I've lost my weight now and I am on maintenance. And this is how I maintain my figure. I still take a dose every week. And I just, as I said, fiddle around with the dose a little bit. About probably 9 months ago, I started playing around with the dose a little bit because I was beginning to get a bit of food noise back on just the 5 milligram dose, which was the dose that I lost most of the weight on while I was on this drug. I also took Saxenda and Ozempic before Mounjaro came out in Australia. So I've had experience with all 3 of the drugs. I like this one best. It has fewer side effects for me. Not that I had a lot of side effects, but the most important thing is it totally takes away, oh darling, it totally takes away the food noise and makes me not hungry at all, or curbs my appetite enough so that I don't feel like pigging out, and I don't think about food, which is the reason for taking the drug in the first place. So, you going to say something else, darling? No? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the clicks. So as I said, if you click it all the way around, and you can do it rather fast, it will be 60 clicks to get yourself one 15 milligram dose, which means if we do a bit of basic math, that 20 clicks will get you a 5 milligram dose, and 30 clicks will get you a 7.5 milligram dose. So I go between 20 and 30 clicks, depending on how hungry I've been. Last week, I was thinking about food, probably started to get hungry. It's Sunday now, probably started to get hungry on Thursday afternoon, so I might up it a little bit. So I might actually go to 25 or 26 clicks worth, if I can do it. Now, I'm not sure whether or not the clicks are going to work with this, but let's count and see how many I can get to, because as I said, after a certain number of clicks, it won't let you click anymore. So let's just see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, will let me do 25. Let's see how many more it would let me do. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. There we go. Won't let me turn it anymore. So 42 clicks was all it would let me click to, because it's only supposed to do 4 doses of the 15. So I could inject myself with the 20 clicks, 25 clicks, but I'm going to make this sort of a two-in-one video. So I'm actually going to not inject myself with the 25 clicks with this little pen here. It's really simple to use. You literally screw it on, put it on the top and screw it on, and then dial up your dose and inject yourself. So what I'm going to show you instead is I'm going to show you what I do to get the dose out of the pen and into the syringe. Again, it's very simple to do. basically, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this back to the bottom, just because we don't need to be having any extra pressure. I will still be able to get about 2 or 3 doses out of this, I would think. Now, because I know that it is 60 clicks to get 115 milligram dose, and I have done my maths in the past, I know that that equals 60 units in a insulin syringe. I want to take out 25 clicks, which would be 25 units. So the easiest thing to do is to take that cap off here and take off the needle. And I will show you here. I'll bring this closer. So basically what you're going to do is, you can see the little bung in there. And basically you're going to take your needle, and the needle is teensy, and you're going to put it in like that. And then I'm just going to draw out 25 units, which is quite simple to do. So I'm just going to draw down on the syringe here until I get to 25 units. And I'll show you what happens when you do that. So basically, there we go. So I've got 25 units there, and you can see that the pressure has been released from the cap. I'm going to take this out now. Just let me see. 25, yeah, just give myself a little bit extra. Okay, so there we go. So you can see now that the pen, there's a little bit of a separation there between the thing that pushes the medicine out, and this is the little turner that actually puts pressure on the pen and turns it out. That's okay. It may, on my next injection, it will probably go out even further, and it may sort of float off into the air. That's all right. The medicine is still in there. And as I said, I've got at least 2 more doses in there. So this is going to go back in the fridge, whereas this is going to be injected into me. Now, I do not recommend that you guys do this. I recommend that you take all safety precautions as needed. I have been doing this now for years and years. My hands are clean, my body is clean, and I'm not worried about infection. So basically, I'm going to do exactly what I would do with the vial, which is I'm going to take a little bit of skin, and I'm going to punch it up, and then I'm just going to inject myself. What I do is I inject, and then I count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I release my pinch, count to another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I withdraw the needle. Now, the needle is has been in my skin, so it's obviously not clean. And what I do is I very carefully, because I don't want to do a needle stick injury, although it's on me, so it's not quite so bad, is I put the cap back on the needle, and then I put this in a sharp spin, and that gets thrown out. The cap goes back on the medicine. Ta-da! And then this goes back in the fridge, and that's it. I've done my injection for the week. I hope this proved useful. Happy to answer any questions as always. Yeah, to me, there is a slight risk, which you will have seen if you had seen some of my other videos, slight risk of infection for doing this. There's a risk with everything in life. As I said, I've been doing this for over 3 years now. Never had a problem at all, either using the pens with these little needles or an insulin syringe. I used to break up the vials, which are single-use vials only, but I would break those up. This is a multi-use pen, so this is actually the bung of this, which is the little springy bit on the top that you inject into, is actually designed for multiple punctures, because remember, you're going to be puncturing it at least 4 times, even if you use the pen correctly. So it's a self-sealing topper or whatever they call it. So it seals itself, so it's safe. Anyway, I want to get this back in the fridge. This was only supposed to be a short video, so I hope that explained things for people. As I said, happy to answer any questions, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.